From Hostelli Stadium in North Wales, Pennsylvania, the Sports Fanbase Network is proud to present Game 3 of the Perky Valley League Twilight Series, the Championship Series, as we are already underway. And had some technical difficulties to get started, but we are underway. We got started a little bit early, actually, with the game at 7:29. It's a pretty simple situation here for Valley Forge. See, they needed to win to survive. Lansdale with a win would come away with the title. Stevie Stevenson with the first pitch. He popped up to the right side, so it's one away. And Sam Plaher is at the plate. First pitch, actually next pitch from Matt Sperling. High and outside for a ball. Again, thanks so much for joining us. Again, it'll be it is Matt Sperling on the hill for Lansdale. And the pitch on its way to Plaher. In there for a strike, and he struck him out. First strikeout for Sperling. And it's two away to start things off as Colt Narciso will follow. Middle third of Joey Morton, Shea Gustafson, and Jason Smiley. Dave Clay, Eric Biderman, and Scott Seipel will round out the order. First pitch on its way to Colt Narciso. Swung on, chop foul, third base side. And it's 0-1. Taking a look at pitcher Matt Sperling. Second team All-Perky this year. During the regular season, 3-0 with a 1.98 earned run average in 4 appearances and 4 starts. So here comes the pitch. Took something off. That's in there for a strike. It's 0-2. 17 2/3 innings, 25 hits, 15 runs, only 5 of them earned, 2 walks and 19 strikeouts. Hasn't pitched since July 6th. So here's the 0-2. Low for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. His last appearance, July 6th against Pottstown, a no decision, 2 2/3 innings. 6 hits, 7 runs, 2 of them earned, no walks and 3 strikeouts. So here comes the 1-2 to Narciso. Changeup swung on and missed, and he struck him out. 2 straight strikeouts by Sperling. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left after a half inning. It's Valley Forge 0. Lansdale coming to bat. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fanbase Network. We head now to the bottom of the first inning after Valley Forge went down 1-2-3 in the top of the frame. Lansdale ready to step up with Rob Zinsmeister, Chad Evans, and Matt Cavagnaro. Middle third of Frank Pollock, Jason Mills, and Jason Kelmer. Bottom third of Pete Moore, Trey Porter, and Nolan McCloskey. Setting up the defense for Valley Forge, it'll be Joey Morton at first, Sam Plaher at second, Colt Narciso at short, and David Clay is at third. Jason Smiley in left field. Shea Gustafson in center. Stevie Stevenson is in right. Eric Biderman behind the plate. About to throw his first pitch is Frank Fumacaldo. And the pitch on its way. low for a ball. And it is a 1-0 to Zinsmeister from Macaldo out of Coastal Carolina University in 2008. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. That misses a little high, perhaps inside as well. It's 2-0. During the regular season, Macaldo 0-1 with a 7.60 earned run average. 6 appearances, 4 starts. Full windup employed as here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, bouncer down the line, trying to backhand, then has to skip over and make the play as Clay throw across the diamond, and it's in time. Either it hit a weird hop or he overran it, but still nice recovery by Clay to make the 5-3 putout. It's 1 out. So 1 out, nobody on. Here's Chad Evans. By the way, continuing with Macaldo, he's thrown 15 2/3 innings during the regular season. This is his first playoff appearance, by the way. 25 hits, 19 runs, 17 of them earned, 11 walks, 11 strikeouts. Last time out was on July 17th against Pottstown in relief. Here's the first pitch to Chad Evans. Breaking ball misses low for a ball. It's 1-0. In that game against the Spartans, again in relief, 1 inning, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Macaldo. One out count to Chad Evans, the DH. And the pitch on its way. That's in there for a strike. High part of the strike zone, 1-1. Evans in the series, 4 for 8. With a homer, double, 2 RBI, and 4 runs scored. And big by Macaldo to get Zinsmeister to start off this game. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He chased him in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Reason why it was big to get Zinsmeister, not only is he the MVP, but in the series, 3 for 8, homer, double, RBI, 3 runs scored. And throughout the regular season, top 3 in a number of categories. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back as it looked like Macaldo took a little off. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Evans. Evans, another first-team All-Perky product. And the last night's game ended up scoring 3 runs. Getting a single double, reaching on an error. And also drove in 1. Pitch on its way. Outside and low, dug out of the dirt by Bideman. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Evans. Nice evening here in North Wales, by the way. Game time temperature 84 degrees. Sunny skies, no anticipation of precipitation tonight. Here's the 2-2. Low for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Evans. And very simple setup here, as we mentioned during the open. In spite of the impressive comeback attempt last night from Valley Forge, they do trail the series 2-0. So here comes the payoff pitch to Evans. Took something off, pitches low for a ball. That is ball 4. First walk given up by Macaldo. So 1 out and 1 on. And here comes Matt Cavagnaro. Cavagnaro in the series, 2 for 6 with a double and a run scored. And if you missed last night's game, good thing that YouTube, we have that archived. So here comes the first pitch to Cavagnaro. Swung on line, shot. Swallowing it up is Plar on a hop. Throw to first is in time as Evans crosses from first to second. That's a nice job by Cavagnaro to make that play and not even be tempted at second base because he would have had no chance. So he was sure to get the out. It'll be, again, Evans on at second with 2 away for Frank Pollock. Pollock in the series, 1 for 7 with a couple of RBI and a run scored. Macaldo from the stretch takes a look at second base. Long stare, actually, and the first pitch. That misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Pollock out of Souderton, first-team All-Perky this year. So here comes the 1-0. Just a bit low, 2 balls and no strikes. So again, in yesterday's game, teams traded runs in the first, and Lansdale put up 6 in the second. Valley Forge 1 in the fourth, but then Lansdale 4 in the fifth. And then the chip away started. for Valley Forge. Put up 1 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. Gave up a run in the top of the 7th on a balk, which was the difference, because Valley Forge came back and scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th. They had the tying run on base, winning run at the plate, but could not quite finish it off. So here's a 2-0. And that misses. 3 balls and no strikes to Pollock. Now, Valley Forge, in their last series, down 2 games to none against Pottstown, able to come back. So in order, if they're going to win this thing, they've got to play 3 straight 5-game series. So here comes a 3-0 pitch. Taking the whole way, outside for a ball 4. Second walk given up by Fumacaldo. And up stepping is Jason Mills. With 2 away in the bottom of the 1st inning. Again, last thing that Valley Forge needs here is another big start from the Tigers. Mills pitched in game 1. Yesterday at the plate, though, he was 1 for 2 with a double and a couple of RBI. Got the win in game 1. First pitch on its way. Runner at second takes off. Pitches low for a ball. There'll be no throw. It was picked out nicely by Bideman, but could not find a way to throw around Mills, so a stolen base by Evans. As Pollock stays put at first, it'll be runners on the corners now. So now the battery will get together to work this out. And with 2 away, part of the question is, if Pollock were to take off, do you throw through? And that kind of does change the strategy as well. With a runner on at second, a runner on at third, as opposed to a runner on at second. 1-0 pitch due into Jason Mills, the former Orioles draft pick. Fumacaldo from the stretch, and the pitch. Low for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. Short lead at first by Pollock. A little bit of a longer lead from Evans at third as the pitch comes in. That's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Mills, a pitcher professionally in 2007 with the Bluefield Orioles in the Appalachian League. Snap throw over to first, and that'll chase back Pollock. And it'd catch out of the corner of my eye that Chad Evans actually took a couple of steps to the plate. Not thinking he was taking off, but certainly on his toes, just in case it got away. So here comes the 3-0. Rather, that was a 2-1. Now it's 3-1. That was low for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mills. By the way, game 4 and 5, if needed, both would be tomorrow. That's the understanding we have. It would be a doubleheader. So here comes the pitch. Low for a ball 4. And that will load the bases. 3 walks in the inning. So Valley Forge immediately in a little bit of peril. 2 away. So Fumacaldo is still just 1 pitch away from getting out of the jam. As here comes Jason Kelmer. Kelmer, the Cherry Hill, New Jersey native, 3 for 7 in the series with a homer, RBI, and a run scored. So a solo shot. That was hit by Kelmer in last night's 5th inning.
Steve, your way.
Very deep in the batter's box is Kelmer. Infield back for the first pitch. Breaking ball swung on, popped up but shallow. Going back on it, Plawher still on the run, reaches up and makes the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the bases left loaded after 1. We remain scoreless. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com or give them a call at 215-643-6267. Well, we head now to the top of the second inning. Pretty much a story of two separate half innings. Again, Valley Forge went down 1-2-3. Lansdale threatened with the bases loaded, but neither team could score, obviously. So here's Joey Morton to start things off. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Valley Forge. Morton followed by Shea Gustafson and Jason Smiley. First pitch from Sperling. This is outside for a ball. Goes to 1-0. Morton in the series, 2 for 5, double, couple of RBIs. As that is swung on and missed. Actually got a piece of it. Either way, 1 ball and 1 strike to the Old Dominion freshman. So here comes the 1-1. That's at the knees for a strike, and it's now 1-2. Setting up the defense for Lansdale will be Frank Pollock, Matt Cavagnaro, Jason Mills, Jason Kellner, first to third of the infield. So that misses low and outside 2-2. Nolan McCloskey, Rob Zinsmeister, Trey Porter left to right in the outfield. Pete Moore behind the plate. And, as mentioned, Matt Sperling, his second inning of work. Here's a 2-2. Took something off, but drifts outside and low. And the count's now full to Morton. Full windup being employed here as Sperling rocks back and throws the payoff. Swung on, reaches out and pokes it. Glove save and a beauty by Sperling. Just got his glove up in the nick of time, and it's one away. That was an absolute shot by Morton. We'll put a circle around that one. So 1 out, nobody on. And here's Shea Gustafson. First pitch on its way to him. And right down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. Gustafson, 3 for 7 in the series so far with an RBI and a run scored. As here comes the 0-1. Swung on, foul back, 0-2. To the Mansfield University rising junior. 245 hitter in 2 seasons in 31 games. Wide open stance from that right side as he faces the 0-2 pitch. Took something off, pitches outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moore usually pretty sure-handed, but I don't think that affected the call. Again, home plate umpires, when they're borderline and it's dropped, they usually won't make the strike call. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's just the way it's always been. So here comes the 1-2. Swung on, line drive up the middle, through into center field for a base hit. So Valley Forge gets the first hit of the game. It belongs to Shea Gustafson. So with 1 out and 1 on, here comes Jason Smiley. Smiley in the series so far, 4 for 7 with a double, RBI, and 3 runs scored. And his appearance on the mound yesterday was a major catalyst allowing Valley Forge to get back into the game. And when he came in the 6th inning, it was an 11-3 game. First pitch on its way. That misses. It's 1-0. Smiley, again, in yesterday's contest, 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, It was earned, 1 strikeout. And the 1 run was on a balk. So just a bit of a flinch, and that was essentially the difference in that game. Again, easy to look back at that, but at the time you're thinking, okay, at the time it made it a 12-7 contest. So here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes here to Smiley. They're keeping an eye on Shea Gustafson. Center fielder's bound to have a little bit of speed to him. Throw over to first, and they'll chase him back. Ooh. That was closer than it looked. Again, he did not slide. So Pollock, the first baseman, didn't have to reach down and tag. The look down by Sperling. And timeout called and accepted right before the windup. Smiley, the rising senior at Immaculata in the Atlantic East Conference Division III. So here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. And still not a great lead from Gustafson. Doesn't need one. So here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, ball 4. First walk given up by Sperling. So now the Aces have something going. As Gustafson moves on to second, Smiley on at first, and here comes Dave Clay. Clay so far in the series, 4 for 6. Double RBI, couple of runs scored. So we can find a way to drop one into the outfield somewhere. Can give the Aces an early lead. So we play in the top of the second inning. Sperling double takes back to second and the pitch. In there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Well, Lansdale hasn't been shy about running the bases. Say Valley Forge may take a step in that direction. Here's the pitch. A little low for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. And right now, if you are, again, Valley Forge, you're confident, but you also understand that 1 loss and the season comes to a premature end. So here comes the 1-1. Swung on broken bat looper over towards short. Coming across is Kelmer, the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. So Gustafson will cross from second to third. Smiley heads to second. So productive out from Dave Clay. And it's 2 away. That was not what he was envisioning, but again, it was hit so softly. It's essentially a hard swinging bunt. No chance for Mills to come in. So Kelmer had to come and cut him off. Had the best angle, but again, it was hit so softly. The only chance was Clay at first. So again, runners at second and third, 2 away, and here's Eric Bideman. Bideman in the series, 2 for 6 with 3 RBI. And now you drop one into the outfield, you're looking at 2 runs, especially with the speed of Gustafson and Smiley on base. First pitch from Sperling. High and inside for a ball, goes to 1-0. And Valley Forge trying to use the momentum of the comeback yesterday to kind of will their offense forward. As that's inside and it skimmed the uniform. So a hit by pitch will load the bases. And Bideman did all he could to kind of spin out of the way. But again, not sure how well the camera caught it. But from my vantage point, you can see the uniform ruffle. So the bases are loaded, 2 away. Bottom of the Aces order here for Scott Seipel. Seipel 1 for 5 in the series with a couple RBI, a couple of runs scored. Sperling, first pitch. Took something off, aimed it over the plate, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. And if you look at yesterday's game, the last 4 innings offensively for the Aces, they put together 10 runs. So here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Little changeup. Ended up low, and Seipel could not hold it. So it's 0-2. A chance here for Sperling to get out of it. And the bottom of the first inning, Lansdale was able to load the bases, but could not convert. Sperling hoping the same happens here in the top of the frame for the Aces. Infield back. And they are shading Seipel to pull. But then a timeout called and accepted. It was right when Sperling got on the slab, stepped right back off. And playoff games are always a little bit slower because they're that much more intense. So now he sets at the belt, and the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Third strikeout for Sperling, and that retires the side. No runs, one hit, no errors, and the bases left loaded. After 1.5, we remain scoreless. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Fireside Bar and Grill is family-owned by the Penna families since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today.
We head down to the bottom of the second inning, and it'll be bottom third of the order for the Lansdale Tigers. Pete Moore, followed by Trey Porter and Nolan McCloskey. So Frank Fumicaldo, who walked the bases loaded in the first inning, but got out of it, had a chance to regroup, while his squad loaded the bases with 2 away. Tom Wilms here. Thanks so much for joining us. A scoreless game. Series led by Lansdale 2-0. First pitch on its way to Pete Moore. Well, that's low for a ball. He makes his first plate appearance of the playoffs, rather of the finals. During the regular season, a .404 hitter. No homers and 11 RBI. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Now, Moore, when he is not pitching, he's usually the catcher. During the regular season, 18 appearances behind the plate, 17 starts. So here comes the 1-1 from Fumicaldo. At the knees for a strike. And it's 1-2. Home plate umpire calling that bottom of the knee scraper. So everyone's got to take note there. As long as he keeps it consistent, I'm sure there'll be very few in the way of arguments. Fumicaldo rocks back and fires the 1-2 pitch. That misses outside. It's 2-2. Pete Moore out of Temple University. Sadly, a program that has gone by. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner, and he struck him out. It looked like Moore kind of flew open a little bit, expecting something a little quicker. And as it slowly went past him, he really had no chance to regroup. So first strikeout for Fumicaldo, and it's 1 away. Here's the number 8 hitter in the Tiger order. This is Trey Porter. Porter in the series, 0 for 6 with a couple of runs scored. And the first pitch to him, low for a ball, goes to 1-0. During the regular season in limited time, only played 12 games. A little less than half the season at 341. No homers, 7 RBI. But provided 4 extra base hits, including 1 triple. So here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball. That pours in for a strike. It's 1-1. And it's a ballpark that, for the most part, plays fair. Not a pitcher's park, not a hitter's park. It can carry. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, hard grounder up the middle, slowed down by the mound, but not enough as it rolls into center field for a base hit. So Porter picks up his first hit of the finals. First hit of the game for the Tigers. So with 1 out and 1 on, we go to the bottom of the order, and here's Nolan McCloskey. McCloskey, during the regular season, a .356 hitter. No homers and 8 RBI. Did not play in last night's game, but he did play in Game 1. Went 0 for 2 with a run scored. And a very young bottom of the order here for Lansdale. Trey Porter, a rising senior in high school. Nolan McCloskey, out of Methacton, just graduated, and he's heading to Franklin and Marshall. Then conversely, have guys like Pete Moore, who have been around for a while. So here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. That's going to be shallowed into left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Rounding second with a wide turn is Porter. He'll scramble back to second in time. And a bloop single for Nolan McCloskey. So the young guys getting it done for the Lansdale Tigers. First and second with 1 away. We go to the top of the order. And here's Rob Zinsmeister. Now, Zinsmeister, not exactly an old man. But he is a 3-time MVP in this league, including this year. Spent some time in the Can-Am League with the New Jersey Jackals in 2014. First pitch on its way. Breaking ball down the right field line, and it's just foul. And a good job just slapping that the other way. I think his hands were a little ahead, but he kept the body back and just kind of flicked it. So 0-1 to Zinsmeister, who's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first inning. And led the league in batting average, homers, runs scored, triples, and steals. Tied for second in RBI. He's actually tied for first in homers with 8. With Norgren's Dennis Pierce. McConnell from the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zinsmeister, as we mentioned, had that short stint of 8 games with the New Jersey Jackals at .238 in the now defunct Can-Am League. The 1-1. Breaking ball, hard grounder down the line. That's a fair ball. It'll roll towards the left field corner. Porter rounds third. He comes in to score. The throw goes to third. Sliding and going first to third is McCloskey. And on its second with an RBI double is Rob Zinsmeister. And the Tigers have taken a 1-0 lead. That was ripped just down the left field line. Probably a good 2 feet fair. That's it. But 3 hits in the inning. And the RBI extra base hit for Zinsmeister gives Lansdale the 1-0 lead. So it'll be second and third, still 1 away here for Chad Evans. Evans walked his first time up, also stole a base. He stole third. McConnell looking in, and I think there's going to be a little bit of action for Valley Forge in the pen. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball, line drive through the middle and into center field for a base hit. Scoring from third, McCloskey. Zinsmeister comes in right behind him. A 2-run single for Chad Evans, and it's 3-0 Tigers. Just waited back on that pitch and drove it right through the middle. And nothing that Narciso and Plar could do. But watch it go into center field as 2 runs come in to score. So a 3-0 Tigers lead. Runner on at first, still one away for Matt Cavagnaro. Cavagnaro 0 for 1 as he grounded out in the first inning. And right now, if you're at Valley Forge, with your backs against the wall, you've got to hurry and get another pitcher in there. As the runner goes, pitches in for a strike, and sliding in safely is Evans. And actually, I want to check that call. It looked like it was over, and I think I was wrong. It looked like they called it a ball. So either way, Evans with the steal. And there goes the chance for the double play. Evans stole a couple of bases yesterday. So that's his third steal of the finals. And the pitch. Breaking ball low for a ball. And we're going to pencil it in as 2-0. Trying to hold Evans close at second. That's Colt Narciso keeping him. As here's the pitch. Swung on bouncer towards first. That spins foul. 2 balls and 1 strike to Cavagnaro. To give you an idea how small the world it is, Cavagnaro and I grew up no more than 10 miles apart on Long Island. But now we find ourselves in the Perky League. I'm just a fair bit older than he is. But I remember when he played for the Long Island Ducks. And they'll look back Evans. And unfortunately, we are not in view of the Valley Forge bullpen, but I did see a couple of players scramble down the line for the Aces. So here comes the 2-1. Breaking ball, misses low for a ball, 3 balls and 1 strike. So far, pretty big inning for the Lansdale Tigers. 3 runs on 4 hits. The 4 hits right in a row. Here comes the pitch to Cavagnaro. In there for a strike, and it's 3-2. And top part of the strike zone is that kind of dipped right below the letters of Cavagnaro. So full count to the former Penn State Nittany Lion. Mercado with a long staring. Now ready to go as he sets at the shoulders. The payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled off at the plate. So Cavagnaro stays alive. Well, we mentioned this in yesterday's game. There were times when Lansdale was up big, and they were still stealing bases. Why? Because this Valley Forge team, they will not give up, as evidence from last night's almost comeback. They've already trailed the series 2-0 and come back to win. That was the semis against the Spartans. So they're keen to try to do it again. As timeout is called and accepted at the plate. Certainly not the way that Valley Forge drew it up, but they have the experience, at least this year, to pull it off. Again, they even won the quarterfinal series in 5 games. They led that series 2-0 and had to win it in 5. So here comes another payoff pitch. Swung on a chopper towards the right side. Head-high hop for Plar. Throw to first is in time as Evans crosses from second to third. It's 2 away. So productive out for the Lansdale Tigers. And it'll be up to Frank Pollock to continue the inning and potentially drive home Evans. Pollock walked his first time up. That was in the first inning. Righty versus righty. So from Ricardo staring down Evans. And the first pitch. Misses outside for a ball. Now this is a somewhat similar situation to last night's top of the 7th inning. It was Evans on at third, a righty on the hill. And he sprinted towards the plate and drew the balk. Would be shocked to see if he tries it again. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off. It would be an interesting try. Again, the umpires are spread out. So there's not an umpire back behind the pitcher to see it. last night's game, and actually was the first base umpire that called it, and the third base umpire kind of concurred. The pitch on its way to Pollock. Outside for a ball. Throw to third. They got him in a rundown, but the throw is sailing away from Clay, and coming in to score is Evans on the error by Bideman. And it's now a 4-0 lead for the Lansdale Tigers. And full marks there to Bideman. Again, if that throw is on line, it's got him. But unfortunately, it just kind of lifted over the head of Clay. So now the base is clear, another run in. And let's see if Pollock can continue the inning for Jason Mills. So here comes a pitch. Breaking ball low for a ball. Deep breath there from Fumicalo, just trying to get out of this frame. Pitch on its way. Swung on that, is belted to right center field towards the gap. Long run, and a great catch made by Gustafson. That will retire the side as Shea Gustafson went for a sprint and closes out the inning. But 4 runs come in on 4 hits, 1 error, and nobody left. After 2, it's Lansdale 4, Valley Forge nothing. As you're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. Culture and tradition are the foundations that the Penna family built since they arrived from Italy as immigrants in the mid-1900s. Penna's Italian Market will bring the finest ingredients and recipes to our guests in a storefront located in the Fairland Village building in Springhouse, Pennsylvania. Breakfast sandwiches, coffee, espresso, and pastries will start off the day for visitors. Hoagies, wraps, salad, and hot and cold sandwiches are just some of the offerings available for lunch. Prepared foods like hand-breaded chicken cutlets and homemade meatballs will line the deli cases, along with salads, olives, lunch meats, and gravies and sauces. Oils, vinegars, pasta, and cheeses will also fill the market and offer plenty for guests to taste and enjoy. Their space also boasts 2 elegant dining rooms available for private parties, dinners, or events. Stop by and visit. We head now to the top of the 3rd inning. 4-0 lead for the Lansdale Tigers. Top of the order for the Valley Forge Aces. It'll be Steve Stevenson, followed by Sam Plar and Colt Narciso. Matt Sperling in his 3rd inning of work. Again, struggled a little bit last inning with a walk, a hit by pitch, and a single given up to Shea Gustafson, but was able to fight through it. So here's the first pitch to Stevenson. And that misses low for a ball, goes to 1-0. Stevenson 0 for 1 as he popped up to start off the game. Sperling able to work from the full windup with nobody on to start off the inning, and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and that is lifted towards second. Coming across to make the catch is Cavagnero, and it's 1 away. So Stevenson for the second time pushing it oppo. But still unable to clear Cavagnero, so he's 0 for 2, and here comes Sam Plar. He's 0 for 1, struck out looking in the 1st inning. The windup and the first pitch from Sperling. In there for a strike is 0-1. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just low for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. I've been outside because I think that's the pitch that home plate umpire has been calling height-wise. So here comes the 1-1. Outside and low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Plar so far in the series, 0 for 8 with an RBI. He's trying to get something going here in this Game 3, middle game, or what they hope is a 5-game series. So here comes the 2-1. Swung on That is a fister down the left field line, but that'll go foul. And he was jammed, but still found a way to push it the other way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, for the Valley Forge Aces, this is their 5th elimination game of these playoffs. And they've won them all. Well, they haven't won this one as of yet. They're hoping so, though. So here comes the 2-2 to Plar. That just missed in spite of the frame by Moore, and it's 3-2. They will need to win 7 elimination games if they want to be Perky League champions this year. So here comes the payoff pitch from Sperling. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. A little bit of a change up there for the 4th strikeout of the game for Sperling, and it's 2 away. And right away, Plar just kind of knocked the bat off his helmet going, ugh, what did I swing at? It was dipping below knee level. So he may have swung at ball 4. So here comes the first pitch to Colt Narciso. Swung on hard, grounded to the right side. Coming over to backhand, Cavagnaro jumps, fires to first, and it rolls away from Pollock. So Narciso is safe at first. So we will unofficially go with an infield hit on that one. Tough play for Cavagnaro. I think he had a little bit more time. I think he could have planted and fired. But again, we are not the official scorers. But we'll call it a hit for now. So with 2 outs, runner on at first. Ace is looking for some 2-out magic. Here's Joey Morton. He's 0 for 1. First pitch on its way. Swung on, fouled back. And it's 0-1. Morton hit a laser right through the box. And if not for the speedy glove of Matt Sperling on the hill, he either would have whizzed past his ear or knocked him in the head. And we know Morton can show off a little bit of exit velo. The 0-1. Low for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Valley Forge looking to respond here after giving up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 2nd. Thrown over to first and diving back Narciso. Pitch on its way, and that misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Morton. Narciso during the regular season he had 4 steals on 5 attempts. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball. And it's now 3-1. Last thing that Sperling wants to do is start walking guys up 4-0 with 2 outs. Runner on at first. He's not paying too much mind to Narciso. But he's smartly paying some. So here comes the pitch. Swung on. Rolled up the middle. Coming across it. Trying to backhand Cavagnaro, but he boots it. And it goes into center field. And it was a long run for Cavagnaro. So it's first and second with 2 away. And he would have had a hard time getting anybody, so we'll unofficially call that another infield hit. Both to Cavagnaro. And if you're thinking at home, what are you, crazy, that's an error? Well, I'm not an official scorer, so I just do the best I can. Here's Shea Gustafson, trying to get something rolling here for the Aces with 2 away. First pitch. High for a ball, and it goes to 1-0. He's 1 for 1 as he singled up the middle in the 2nd. Now, to be fair, I have done some official scoring for the Atlantic League and the Frontier League. Not saying I was good at it, but I did it. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. At the knees for a strike, it's 1-1. And I'm always in between when it comes to making those decisions. Again, Cavagnaro on both of those plays had to make long runs to even get there. So you don't want to punish him for making a play that some others wouldn't make. Because here's the 1-1. Low for a ball. Picked out of the dirt by Moore. 2 balls and 1 strike. So it's a tough distinction. I mean, watching on TV, it's always easy to say, oh, that's an error. That's it. You're not responsible for it. So here comes the 2-1. Swung on, foul tip off the catch, and then it skims the umpire as well. It looks like he's all right as he right away takes the helmet off or the mask off, nods that he's all right, but they'll give him a couple of seconds. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gustafson. Loneliest guy in the sport of baseball is an official scorer with a 50-50 decision during a no-hitter. You can't think of it as an official scorer, but you can't help it. You just got to make the call. So here comes the 2-2. Low and outside for a ball, 3-2. Again, Stevenson and Plaher got out to start off the inning, but 2 infield hits by Narciso and Morton. And the Aces are in business, but again, 2 away. Full count to Gustafson, trying to send it along to Jason Smiley. Sperling being made to work hard the last couple of innings. Here comes the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, that's in there, and he struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning, 5th of the game for Sperling, and that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. After 2.5, it stays 4-0 Lansdale. You're watching the Perky League Finals on the Sports Fan Base Network.
The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com or give them a call at 215-643-6267.
We'll head now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. New pitcher on the mound for Valley Forge is Bear Bowers. Now, if that name sounds familiar, he technically pitched in yesterday's game, but actually it was 2 days ago. It was the first half of the suspended game. He went 1 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Again, 1 1/3 innings, not a lot. And he did suffer the loss technically in game 2. He's trying to keep things close. 4-0 lead. So here's Jason Mills for Lansdale. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. Mills, followed by Jason Kelmer and Pete Moore. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the Lansdale order. As Bowers works from the stretch and the pitch. Swung on, high chopper, waiting back on it, Clay. A weird bounce and it skips past him. That's an infield hit for Jason Mills. As again, Clay kind of in between. And that's one of the tougher plays you can make as a third baseman. Do you charge and go after the short hop, or do you wait back for the long hop? He went long hop, and again, it just hit a weird spot either on the grass or on the dirt. Either way, that's going to be the 5th hit of the game for the Lansdale Tigers. Tough break there for Valley Forge. So here comes Jason Kelmer. Kelmer 0 for 1, grounded out, rather popped up in the 1st inning. First pitch on its way. Outside for a ball, goes to 1-0. By the way, Bowers during the regular season made 9 appearances, 7 starts, 3-3, 1 save, 2.67 earned run average. 39 1/3 innings, 37 hits, 19 runs, 15 of them earned, 22 walks, and 45 strikeouts. This is swung on and popped up first base side. Morton gives it a look, but it goes out of play. 1 ball and a 1 strike to Kelmer. Final totals for the starter, Frank Fumicaldo. 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. And right now is on the losing side of the decision, but still relatively early on, especially for the Valley Forge Aces. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Dips into the dirt, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And Valley Forge has work to do, but again, they were able to put together 10 runs in 4 innings last night. See what they can do here with the final potential 5 innings, including this one. Short lead at first from Mills. And the 2-1. Fastball swung on and missed. And it's now 2-2 as Bowers wasn't exactly bringing a lot of heat in the previous pitches, but that one was blown past Kelmer. So Bowers sets once again and fires. High for a ball, now 3-2. Bowers, heading into his junior year at Randolph-Macon College down in Virginia, was 2-1 with a 4.07 in 10 appearances and 2 starts last year. Out of Devon, Pennsylvania, which is a bit of a hike from here, down in the Westchester area. So here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Fastball about knee-high, first strikeout for Bowers, and it's 1 away. So 1 out, 1 on, and here comes Pete Moore. Moore struck out looking in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Wide open stance with the toes kind of pulled in. Pigeon-toed, as they say. So here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow right. Going back is Plar. Looks like he has a beat on it. Reaches up and makes the catch. Spins, fires to first. And just getting back in time is Mills. And it's 2 away. And it looked like when Plar was going back, he had the arms out wide. I'm not sure if that meant he could not find it or if he was calling everybody off. Either way, it all worked out for Valley Forge. 2 outs, 1 on. Here for Trey Porter. Porter got the offense going for the Tigers last inning. So he singled up the middle and eventually scored the game's first run. He's 1 for 1. Now let's see if he can drive one home here for the Tigers, or will the Aces survive the threat? Minor threat at this point with the leadoff single by Mills. He's still on at first. First pitch to Porter. Swung on hard grounder. Slowed down by the mound. Narciso will shovel on over to second. Not in time. He had to wait for that one to drop. That was about halfway up the light pole to give you an idea of how high that was. And the front of the mound may have just saved, an extra base there from Mills. So he is only able to make it to second, and he barely did. An infield hit for Trey Porter. So first and second, 2 away, and here comes Nolan McCloskey. McCloskey 1 for 1, single to left and scored in the second inning. So we play here in the bottom of the third. And Dave Clay had a question for the home plate umpire. I think the same goes for Jeff Murtha, third base coach for Lansdale. I'm not sure what the question would have been. Maybe they're thinking, or maybe Clay was thinking, hey, did it hit Bowers and go in the air, which would have been a pop fly. But no, it cleanly hit the dirt. So either way, here's the first pitch to McCloskey. In there for a strike is 0-1. And Bowers has been made to work to start off his appearance tonight. The 0-1. Swung on, fouled off. And it's 0-2. And this is an elimination game here for Valley Forge. Would they have preferred to hold Bowers for a game 4 tomorrow or game 5 tomorrow? Sure, but you got to get there first, so you worry about that later. Again, it's going to be tough enough for Valley Forge. If you're Lansdale, you want to just keep blowing through this bullpen. Long stare back to second, timeout called and accepted at the plate. Again, the word we have, and this is unofficial, we do know that Game 4, if it were to occur, would be tomorrow night at 7:30 here at Hostelli Field. Actually, I'm going to correct that myself. I'm not sure if that would be the time, as that's high and outside for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll see if we can get word on that, because the word we have is if we do go to Game 4 and Valley Forge wins that game, we'd play Game 5 right away. But again, that is all very unofficial. So keep an eye on social media, and if I get an update before we go off the air, if the need is there, we'll let you know. So here's the 1-2. Swung on that, is golfed over towards the shortstop position. Jumping is Narciso, but it's over his head and into left field. Rounding third, hitting to the plate is Mills. The throw is on line, the tag is down, and he is out. Nice play by Justin Smiley to follow that play up. A one-hopper to the plate, and Bideman slaps down the tag on the ankle of Jason Mills, and that will retire the side. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. And after 3, it stays 4-0 Lansdale as you're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Fireside Bar and Grill is family owned by the Penna families since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today.
4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 5 left on for the Lansdale Tigers. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 5 left on for the Valley Forge Aces. As we go to the top of the 4th inning from Hostelli Stadium in North Wales, Pennsylvania, Tom Wilms here. Thanks so much for joining us. This is Game 3 of the Perky League Championship Series. Lansdale with a 2-0 lead, trying to clinch the title tonight. But Valley Forge trying to forge their own comeback here. Here's the first pitch to Jason Smiley. That misses outside for a ball, goes to 1-0. It'll be Smiley, followed by Dave Clay and Eric Bideman. That's 6, 7, 8 in the order. So here comes the 1-0 from Sperling. High for a ball, now 2-0. And a great defensive play to close out the bottom of the 3rd inning. Aces hoping that'll be a catalyst to add some offense. They picked up a couple of hits last inning of the infield varieties. Here's a 2-0. Cut on and missed, as it looked like Sperling took something off. 2 balls and 1 strike. Couple of strikeouts last inning for Sperling as well. He has 5 in the game so far. So here comes a 2-1. Bouncer up the middle, coming across here. Cavagnaro scoops up. Throw to first is just in time to get the speedy Smiley, and it's 1 away. Now, Cavagnaro's got to be happy about that. Again, the last 2 times he tried to field the ball, he had to make long runs to get there. And one he threw low in the dirt. The other went off the heel of his glove, both for infield hits. So that one was a little bit easier. 1 out, nobody on, and here comes Dave Clay. Clay's 0 for 1, grounded out in the 2nd inning. The pitch, just above the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the way this game has kind of gone for Valley Forge, so here's the 0-1, cut on and missed, a little ahead of it, 0-2, is that errors have led to runs. Although in that 2nd inning, only 1 error was responsible for 1 run. The 0-2 pitch to Clay. In the dirt, dug out by Moore, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But something we've seen this series from the Aces. Again, they've had some trouble defensively. So here comes the pitch. Low for a ball, 2-2. And in total in the series, 5 errors, 3 in game 1, 1 each in the last 2. So here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Moore has to get up and throw it to first. He does in plenty of time. Strikeout number 6 for Sperling. And it's 2 away. So with 2 outs, nobody on, here's Eric Bideman. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. And at the time, that loaded the bases for the Valley Forge Aces. And that was a big chance to try to take an early lead. But now having to come back from behind. First pitch to Bideman. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Sperling ready to go with the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed as Bideman chased one low, and it's 0-2. It's a great job by Bideman, rather by Sperling, changing the eye level. High pitch with some pace, low pitch that dipped, and it was about at least 10 miles an hour slower. So here comes the 0-2 from Sperling. Reaches out and pokes this up the middle. This is going to be trouble, but getting across Mills, throw to first is just in time. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 3.5, we're halfway through as the Tigers lead 4-0. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. Culture and tradition are the foundation that the Penna family built since they arrived from Italy as immigrants in the mid-1900s. Penna's Italian Market will bring the finest ingredients and recipes to our guests in a storefront located in the Fairland Village building in Springhouse, Pennsylvania. Breakfast sandwiches, coffee, espresso, and pastries will start off the day for visitors. Hoagies, wraps, salad, and hot and cold sandwiches are just some of the offerings available for lunch. Prepared foods like hand-breaded chicken cutlets and homemade meatballs will line the deli cases along with salads, olives, lunch meats, and gravies and sauces. Oils, vinegars, pasta, and cheeses will also fill the market and offer plenty for guests to taste and enjoy. Their space also boasts 2 elegant dining rooms available for private parties, dinners, or events. Stop by and visit. Moving now to the bottom of the 4th inning. A 4-0 lead for the Lansdale Tigers. They're looking to add on with the top of the order. It'll be Rob Zinsmeister, followed by Chad Evans and Matt Cavagnero. Tom Wilms here. Thanks so much for joining us. As again, the Lansdale Tigers looking to win the championship here tonight. Valley Forge hoping to survive to fight another day. Zinsmeister 1 for 2. And the first pitch from Bear Bowers. Swung on high, pop-up straight up. Bideman trying to find it. Backpedals and makes the catch. And it's 1 away. Bideman played that very well. And got help from not only his pitcher, but his bench saying, hey, you've got room, you've got room. Almost overran it, but understood there's that backspin when it goes straight up like that. And stayed with it well. So getting a guy like Zinsmeister on a harmless pop-up in foul territory, very key for Valley Forge in this comeback attempt. So 1 out, nobody on. Here for Chad Evans. Evans has reached twice. First pitch on its way to Evans from Bowers. High and inside for a ball, goes to 1-0. Evans walked, stole the base in the first. And hit a 2-run single to center. Stole the base and scored in the second. So he's been an offensive catalyst for the Tigers. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, that is belted to right center field. Carrying deep, going back is Gustafson. Stevenson's there as well. Stevenson makes the catch. And it's 2 away. So that's got to feel pretty good for Bowers and company out there in blue and red. They can get through this inning cleanly and try to chip away in the last 3 innings they have offensively. Well, right now they've got to keep it where it is at 4-0. And when you're heading to the 3, 4, and 5 of the order, you love it to be with nobody on base. Here's Matt Cavagnaro. He's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs to the right side, both the first and second innings. And the pitch from Bowers. Breaking ball doesn't break enough, and it's 1-0. Barrels fumbles it behind his back. Now ready to go. As he sets at the chest, the 1-0. Check swing, doesn't matter. It's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Looked like it nipped the outside corner just above the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cavagnaro. The 1-1. Big cut and a miss. Chased one a bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cavagnaro, who reached as high as high A ball for the Hickory Crawdads in the South Atlantic League. As in the Pittsburgh Pirates system, at least it was. So here comes the 1-2. Fastball high for a ball. A nice job by Bowers, again, changing eye level and changing speeds. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cavagnaro was a .259 hitter in 159 games in affiliated ball between State College, Lynchburg, and Hickory. Going from short season to single A to high A. The 2-2. Outside for a ball, now 3-2. And we mentioned earlier, also a Long Island Duck. Hit .271 and added some power to his game in 219 games. 107 RBI, 15 homers. Playing out of Central Islip, New York. Here's the payoff pitch to Cavagnaro. Swung on, popped up, third base side, out of towards the foul line. Long run for Smiley. He won't get there. And it stays 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cavagnaro. Again, trying to continue the inning for Frank Pollock. I always find it interesting that they have a guy like, give you an idea of how stacked Lansdale is. They got Zinsmeister. Led the league in homers, second in RBI. Led the league in average. But they have him as the leadoff man. Imagine if they put him in a 3-4-5 spot, how many more RBI opportunities he would potentially get. But again, he's also got speed. He can steal bases. So it's interesting to have a guy like Zinsmeister top of the order, and they have that freedom to put him there because of, well, the rest of this order. Including Cavagnaro dealing with another 3-2 pitch from Bear Bowers. He deals. Just missed, and it's ball 4. That is the first walk given up by Bowers. And now it's the Tigers hoping for a little 2-out magic to add to this 4-0 lead as here comes Frank Pollock. Pollock 0 for 1 as he walked in the first, flew out to center in the second. Let's see what kind of lead Cavagnaro takes. Pretty aggressive one of about 4 steps. He takes off, pitch on its way. It's in the dirt, blocked by Bideman, but no chance. And a stolen base for Cavagnaro. So Lansdale pushing the envelope here. And what a jump, by the way, from Cavagnaro. I think Bowers wanted nothing to do with him at first. Wanted to just make sure, get the next out, get out of the inning. As I believe the pitch was called a ball. It was low. There was a check swing. So we'll go with 1 ball and no strikes. But now another potential run in scoring position. The pitch, high for a ball. It's 2-0. Pollock out of Souderton led the league in RBI this year with 32. The 2-0. Swung on, that is lifted into left field. Coming over is Smiley. Right in front of the track, he makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left. After 4, it's Lansdale 4, Valley Forge nothing. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com or give them a call at 215-643-6267.
Move on now to the top of the 5th inning. Bottom of the Valley Forge order. It'll be Scott Seipel, followed by Stevie Stevenson and Sam Plar. That's 9, 1, and 2 in the Aces order. They are running out of time here, trailing 4-0. Again, keep in mind, for those who are new to Perky League Baseball, all games are 7 innings in regulation. So just 3 more innings offensively here for the Valley Forge Aces. Seipel is 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. As Matt Sperling starts his 5th inning of work. First pitch to Seipel, on its way. Swung on, popped up foul, third base side. It just avoids the light stanchion, and it's 0-1. Seipel out of Penn State Berks and Methacton High School. 1 for 6 in the series so far. Does have a couple of RBI, a couple of runs scored. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, low, but he went too far. It's 0-2. And Sperling, I wouldn't say he's starting to roll. He has retired 4 in a row, trying to make it 5. The 0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Moore. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you look at Sperling, he's given up 3 hits. He's kind of spread them out with 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. But that was with 2 away, and they were both infield hits. The 1-2. In there, and he struck him out. That was a fastball high part of the strike zone. There was a check swing by Seipel and a delayed call from the home plate umpire, but call made nonetheless for Sperling's 7th strikeout of the game. It's 1 away. I'm not sure if the fact that Seipel kind of lost his footing slowed down the call, but either way, 1 out, nobody on, top of the order. First pitch to Stevenson, in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Stevenson 0 for 2. Popped up in the 1st, lined out in the 3rd, both going the other way. Sperling goes to the back of the hill. I think he had a word for his shortstop. The deep breath here by Sperling. And the 0-1. Low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Something we've seen Sperling do very well in this game. And his 5 innings of work is change speeds and change angles. As this is popped up, first base side, foul territory. Pollock gives it a good look, but it goes out of play, and it's 1-2. And that's just old school pitching. I mean, the common thing these days is you got guys who throw in the high 90s, low 100s. Good breaking stuff, and they can change speeds pretty well, but it's a shame that, I wouldn't say gone, but close to gone are the guys who can only rise it to about the low 90s and still craftily get their way in and out of trouble. As here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed. and he struck him out. 2 straight strikeouts for Sperling. That's now 8 in the game, and it's 2 away. So he is starting to heat up here as he's retired now 6 in a row, including the last, actually 3 of the last 4 via the strikeout. See, here comes Sam Plar. He's 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, swinging in the third. First pitch, swung on, lifted into center field. Sinsmeister holds, takes a couple steps to his right, makes the 2-hand catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 4.5, it's Lansdale 4, Valley Forge nothing. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Fireside Bar and Grill is family owned by the Penna families since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today.
We head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Jason Mills, Jason Kelmer, and Pete Moore due up for the Lansdale Tigers, trying to add to a 4-0 lead. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the Tiger order. Bear Bowers has settled things down as he came in the third. He's only given up 3 hits. They were all in the 3rd inning, but he survived that. Last inning, faced 4 batters, walked 1. So he hasn't given up a run, which is his most important job right now, to allow the Aces a chance to come back. So here's the first pitch to Mills. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Mills has reached twice. So he walked in the first. Infield hit and was thrown out at the plate trying to score to end the inning. That was in the 3rd inning. Bowers shakes off a sign or two. Long wait. And now it looks like he is satisfied as he goes to the stretch and then steps off. And things I'll expect here to slow down a bit, as Valley Forge looks for every advantage to try to get back into this thing. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball grounded towards third. Down the line. Base hit. It'll go towards the corner as Smiley chases it down. Mills rounds first and then heads towards second. The throw from Smiley not in time. Leadoff double for Jason Mills as he slides in safely. Valiant attempt by Clay at third to knock that down. Smiley on his horse into foul territory to chase that down. Together a pretty good throw. But again, too much speed from Mills. 8th hit of the game for the Tigers. And again, a double for Mills. And the Tigers are back in business. And runner on at second, nobody out. And here's Jason Kelmer. Kelmer 0 for 2. Popped up in the first. And what do we have here? Looks like a baseball from the batting cages. I think there's some youths kind of using the batting cages. A baseball got away. Good job by whoever it was that caught that. Either way, Kelmer popped up in the first, struck out swinging in the third. As Kelmer leans back, and the first pitch in is high and inside for a ball. It goes to 1-0. I like that approach from Kelmer. Puts all his weight on that back foot and just transfers the weight forward as he offers. Look back to second by Bowers. No one holding close. The 1-0. In the dirt. Blocked by Bideman. 2 balls and no strikes. Jason Kelmer out of East Stroudsburg University, 2012. That's in the PSAC, along with schools like Westchester. 2 years for the Warriors, 286 hitter in 80 games. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. He just missed that one. You can tell by the body language of Kelmer's. I think he believes that as well. 2 balls and 1 strike to the former Cherry Hill West Lion. 3 for 7 in the series so far, not including today's games. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, popped up foul, third base side, but well out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice little comeback from Bowers going from 2-0 to 2-2. Kelmer was a little bit before my time. The first baseball I ever called was back in 2012 and 13. Actually, it was 2012. Cherry Hill West High School. They were very nice to give me gas money. But you know what? Everyone's got to start somewhere. So both Kelmer and I started at Cherry Hill West High School. He got as far as East Stroudsburg University. And now here in the Perky. The 2-2. In the dirt, swung on and missed. Blocked by Bideman. Looks the runner back. Throw to first is in time. So the strikeout completed. Second strikeout for Bowers. And it's 1 away. It's one of the more intriguing rules in the sport. A lot of people say, why does that rule exist? I, for one, can't tell you. The fact that you have to catch the ball on a strikeout cleanly, or you have to throw to first. But with a runner on at second there, you take a chance on throwing the first and let Mills go to third. That's why you got to look him back. 1 out, 1 on. Pete Moore. First pitch high for a ball, goes to 1-0. I've talked about this during Norgren Packers broadcast, but there's actually the league, the Atlantic League. I think they still have this rule that if there's a wild pitch at any point in the count, you can try to quote unquote steal first. Moore's 0 for 2. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on hog grounder, through into left field for a base hit. Mills had to wait to see that go through, so he'll go second to third. It'll be runners on the corners with 1 away for the young Trey Porter. Porter's already had himself a pretty good game at 2 for 2. As he singled to center and scored in the second, infield hit in the third. And so imagine if you're in the Atlantic League, you're at the plate, it's a 1-0 count, a wild pitch gets away from the catcher, you can take a chance and head to first. Of course, you take the chance getting thrown out. Now, I wonder what the drop-dead point, so to speak, is. So here comes the 1-0, the first pitch, rather. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, but it's in there for a strike, 0-1. Now, if you take 1 step towards first in that situation, is that considered an attempt to go to first? Do you have to leave the batter's box? Do you have to leave the batting circle? To be honest with you, I don't know the rule. Some of the interesting things they try in independent baseballs. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, and still got a piece of it, and Porter's not happy with himself. He hit the top of it, but he knew he should have held up. And it's 0-2 to Porter. It's Mills on at third. Moore is on at first. Moore does not have a ton of speed, so it'll be hard for him to break up a double play, but Porter has great speed. The 0-2 on its way from Bowers. Swung on, popped up, back behind home plate. Bideman gives it a good look, but it goes out of play. It stays 0-2. We mentioned earlier that Porter is a rising senior at Hatboro Horsham. As a junior, hit .488. 6 homers, 6 doubles, 26 RBI. And was the Reporter Times Herald Montgomery 2022 Baseball Player of the Year. And as a junior. But right now, an 0-2 count here in the Perky League. Pitch on its way from Bowers. In the dirt. On the short hop grab by Bideman. And he held it there for a while. Certainly not a frame job for the umpire, but I think just to hold it there. 1 ball and 2 strikes, just to make sure it didn't get away. Or maybe he was just goofing. I don't think there's very few umpires that'll get fooled by that once it hits the dirt. From the stretch, Bowers. The 1-2. Inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a key spot in this game. If Lansdale can put together a few more hits and a few more runs, wouldn't say they can run away with it because Valley Forge has the penchant of coming back, but if Valley Forge can get out of this inning unscathed, that's more momentum for them heading to the 6th and 7th. Runner at first takes off. The 2-2 is low in the dirt. It gets away from Bideman, and a stolen base for Moore. So there goes the opportunity for the double play. And I'm not sure how much of a chance Bideman would have had at Moore, simply because Moore had a wonderful jump. He was getting looked at by Bowers, but really not any attempts to try to pick him off. So now the infield comes in for Valley Forge. And that drop there by Bideman, that was on the transfer from the glove to the hand. That's a tough break there. And he still had to pick it out of the dirt. So doubly difficult there for the Valley Forge catcher. So here's the next pitch to Trey Porter. Swung on, chopper to the right side. Plar picks it up, has no play to the plate. It wasn't hit hard enough. He has to throw to first, as scoring is Mills. On to third goes Moore. So a run in on the RBI ground out by Porter, and it's now 5-0 Lansdale. Yeah, that's a tough play because Plar again tried to even charge a little bit, but it was off to his right, so it took his momentum away from the plate a little. So that little bit of, again, it was a chopper into the dirt. That fact that he had to, again, he couldn't straight charge it to the plate. And got the shore out at very least. So it's a runner on at third, 2 away. And here's Nolan McCloskey at the bottom of the order. He's 2 for 2. First pitch to him from Bowers. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. McCloskey, 2 for 2. Single to left and scored in the second. Single to left in the third. Here's the pitch. And the dirt, swung on and missed. Nice stop there from Bideman as well. And it's 0-2. It's another tough play for any catcher to make. To try to make any play in the dirt is difficult. But to do it while someone is swinging a bat in front of you. And catchers are like goaltenders in other sports. There's that special breed. So here's the 0-2 pitch to McCloskey. Swung on and missed. A tag applied to finish off the strikeout. The third strikeout of the game for Bowers, and that will retire the side. But 1 run comes in on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. After 5, it's Lansdale 5, Valley Forge 0. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. Culture and tradition are the foundation that the Penna family built since they arrived from Italy as immigrants in the mid-1900s. Penna's Italian Market will bring the finest ingredients and recipes to our guests in a storefront located in the Fairland Village building in Springhouse, Pennsylvania. Breakfast sandwiches, coffee, espresso, and pastries will start off the day for visitors. Hoagies, wraps, salad, and hot and cold sandwiches are just some of the offerings available for lunch. Prepared foods like hand-breaded chicken cutlets and homemade meatballs will line the deli cases, along with salads, olives, lunch meats, and gravies and sauces. Oils, vinegars, pasta, and cheeses will also fill the market and offer plenty for guests to taste and enjoy. Their space also boasts 2 elegant dining rooms available for private parties, dinners, or events. Stop by and visit. We head now to the top of the 6th inning. This is a big chance here for the Valley Forge Aces, as they'll have 3, 4, and 5 to start off this inning. But Matt Sperling, who starts his 6th inning of work, has retired the last 7 in a row. Colt Narciso will lead it off, followed by Joey Morton and Shea Gustafson. 5-0 lead for the Lansdale Tigers. So we come to you from Hostelli Stadium in North Wales, Pennsylvania, Game 3 of the Perky League Championship Series. First pitch to Colt Narciso. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. Narciso is 1 for 2. He struck out swinging in the first, infield hit in the third. Here's the 0-1. Drifts outside and low, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Lansdale leads the series 2-0, can win it all tonight. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on high, pop-up, first base side. Pollock into foul territory. Room against the fence, and he cannot make the catch. It looked like it either just skimmed the fence or just went over. Either way, it's a foul ball, and it's a 1-2 to Narciso. Deep in the batter's box goes Narciso. Sperling has, again, looked very sharp over the past 3 innings. The pitch. High for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And only 3 hits given up by Sperling, along with 1 walk and 1 hit by pitch. So here comes the 2-2. Swung on, grounder. And nice pick there by Cavagnero. Throw to first is in time. And he got across and right at the lip of the outfield. If it hits that lip, it hops over his glove. He grabbed it on a short hop right before it hit and was able to plant and fire to first across his body. So 8 straight retired by Sperling. It's 1 away here in the 6th for Joey Morton. Morton probably has the hardest hit ball of the day. Definitely does for Valley Forge. But he's still 1 for 2. And it wasn't even the 1 as he spins it the other way, and that'll go into left field for a base hit. So he's now 2 for 3. He's got 2 of the Valley Forge Aces' 4 hits. And actually the hard hit ball we were thinking of was the line shot towards the head of the pitcher, Sperling, who made the catch. His previous hit in the third was an infield hit. And that one, although at the end of the bat, spun right through the infield. So that breaks up the string of 8 straight retired by Sperling. He has to go to the stretch for the first time in a while. And by the way, last inning there was some action in the Lansdale bullpen. So that is an intriguing potential situation. 1 out, 1 on. First pitch to Shea Gustafson. Is low for a ball, goes to 1-0. Gustafson 1 for 2. Single to center in the second. Struck out looking in the third. As he brings it down to the belt, the 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gustafson. And right now for Valley Forge, anyone wearing blue and red is available to do everything to get through this and win. The 1-1 towards third. Swallowed up there by Kellner. Throws to second for 1. On to first, not in time. That is a nice play. At second by Mills. But it is 1 away. Gustafson on at first. Now that play was made by Cavagneros. Again, he got to the bag, threw across his body. As Morton did his best to try to break it up in a legal manner. So runner on at first, now 2 away. And here comes Jason Smiley. Smiley 0 for 1 as he walked in the second, grounded out in the fourth. First pitch. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. 3-step lead over at first by Gustafson. The pitch swung on and missed. Took something off. It's 0-2. And a throw on over to first. Chases back Gustafson. Right now, Smiley with an 0-2 count against him, trying to continue the inning for Dave Clay. Right back on the hill, Sperling. Center of the rubber. Brings it down. Nods in approval. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 9 for Matt Sperling, and that one retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 5-0 Lansdale. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com or give them a call at 215-643-6267.
We head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lansdale looking to add on to a 5-0 lead here in Game 3 of the championship series. They have a 2-0 lead, so they are 3 outs away from clinching the title. But first, let's see what they can do to add to this 5-0 lead. At the top of the order, here's Rob Zinsmeister. He'll be followed by Chad Evans and Matt Cavagnaro. First pitch on its way to Zinsmeister. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. Zinsmeister grounded out in the first, RBI double and scored in the second, and then fouled out in the fourth. Bear Bowers doing all he could to try to keep Valley Forge in this game, as that's low for a ball, goes to 1-0. As Bowers starts his 4th inning of work, he's given up 5 hits and just 1 run. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swung on that is lifted into right center field. Shallow converging. Gustafson, Stevenson. Gustafson reaches down and makes the catch. And it's 1 away. And they're playing relatively deep on Zinsmeister, as you would expect with his power. So Gustafson did a good job charging in to make that play. 1 out, nobody on, and here's Chad Evans. Evans walked, stole the base in the first. 2-run single, stole the base, scored in the second, then flew out to right in the fourth. He is 1 for 2. And right now it looks like Sperling will be the man on the mound in the 7th to try to close the championship. This is swung on and popped up. Bideman gives a good look, but it goes out of play, and it's 0-1. By the way, when this one is done, don't go anywhere. We will have what Lansdale hopes is a celebration. We'll also have a post-game portion of the program if Valley Forge can come back. They will have bottom third of the order in the top of the 7th. So here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball. That misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Bowers agrees on the sign. And not only do you have the starting pitcher in one game pitch the next game at all, but again, weirdness of this series. So here comes the 1-1. In the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Bowers pitched 2 days ago and only an inning and a third. So that made him a very good candidate to come back in on an extremely short rest and try to, again, do what he's done. Doing his best to keep Lansdale off the board. As he works back to the chest. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on grounder towards third. Swallowed up by Clay. Tries to recover, can't do it. It'll be an error charge to Clay. And he did everything right there. Got in front of it, knocked it down off the chest, but just could not get the pickup. Second error of the game charged to Valley Forge unofficially. So runner on at first and one away, and here comes Matt Cavagnaro. Cavagnaro is 0 for 2. So he grounded out in the first and second. Walk, stole a base in the fourth. Runner at first takes off. First pitch is fouled off out of play, and it's 0-1. Again, Lansdale not shy about pushing the envelope. They don't care what the score is. Yeah, once you get to the playoffs, the niceties kind of go out the window. Do everything you can to win it all. And right now, Lansdale Tigers could smell it. Throw it to first, and that'll chase back Evans. Those unwritten rules at the end of the day are a little silly in my opinion anyway. Throw over to first, and just getting back in time, Evans. Evans, throughout the regular season, 12 steals on 13 attempts. He already has 2 steals today. He stole 2 in game 2. Throw over to first, and I don't think Evans even stepped off the bag yet. That was a timing play by Bowers and Morton. Maybe trying to catch him when he first got off the bag. Thrown over to first. Just got back in time. Says it really does look like Evans is right on the edge of where his lead should be, which is exactly what you want as a base stealer. It's not pleasant diving into first base, getting the uniform dirty every time, but again, that's part of the game. Runner takes off, pitch on its way, swung on and missed. Throw to second is actually stopped by the pitcher, Bowers. He knocked it down. I'm not sure if they would have had a chance at Evans, but he picks up his 3rd steal of the game. That was a little bit of an odd play. Again, you expect it to go all the way through, but I think Bowers either forgot to get out of the way or maybe sensed that there was no chance, so he wanted to make sure it didn't get away. So now it's a runner in scoring position. Bowers pitch on its way to Cavagnaro. Swung on, popped up, back behind short. Narciso going back into the grass. Makes the catch. And it's 2 away. So it'll be up to Frank Pollock to add some more insurance. Pollock is 0 for 2. As he walked in the first, flew out to center in the second, flew to left in the fourth. And we are situated right next to the Valley Forge bench. Again, they're all out on the field, but across the other way, you can hear Lansdale smiling as he's a chopper towards third. Clay across the diamond, and that is in time with really good footwork by Joey Morton. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We go to the 7th. Lansdale leading 5-0. As you're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. Culture and tradition are the foundation that the Penna family built since they arrived from Italy as immigrants in the mid-1900s. Penna's Italian Market will bring the finest ingredients and recipes to our guests in a storefront located in the Fairland Village building in Springhouse, Pennsylvania. Breakfast sandwiches, coffee, espresso, and pastries will start off the day for visitors. Hoagies, wraps, salad, and hot and cold sandwiches are just some of the offerings available for lunch. Prepared foods like hand-breaded chicken cutlets and homemade meatballs will line the deli cases along with salads, olives, lunch meats, and gravies and sauces. Oils, vinegars, pasta, and cheeses will also fill the market and offer plenty for guests to taste and enjoy. Their space also boasts 2 elegant dining rooms available for private parties, dinners, or events. Stop by and visit. We go to the top of the 7th inning, final inning of this one, a 5-0 lead for the Lansdale Tigers. It'll be up to Dave Clay, Eric Biderman, and Scott Seipel to give Valley Forge a chance to come back. 7, 8, and 9 in the order. Matt Sperling stays on the hill, hoping for the complete game victory. Tom Wilms here from Hostelli Stadium in North Wales, Pennsylvania. Again, Lansdale, 3 outs away. First pitch to Dave Clay. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 2. Ground out in the second. Struck out in the fourth. Full windup from Sperling. The pitch. Swung on and missed. He was ahead of that one. It's 0-2. It's a bit of a quicker pace, at least between those two pitches by Sperling. But now he goes for a walk behind. Clay now ready to go. Same goes for Sperling. Agrees on the sign. Rocks and fires. The 0-2. Low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And usually when nobody on base, pitcher likes to push the envelope, go a little bit quicker. The 1-2 pitch, high for a ball, but you also don't want to rush. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And 5-0 lead. Got to throw strikes here. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, line shot. That's just foul and just away from the third base coach. It's much like a line drive to an outfielder that's right at him. You stay put until you know where it's going. Same goes for the base coach. Because if he guessed one way, he might have ran right into that ball. He's all right, though. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch on its way to Clay. On the outside corner, and he struck him out. 10th strikeout of the game for Sperling, and it's 1 away. Here comes Eric Biderman. He is 0 for 1 as he was hit by a pitch in the second, grounded out in the fourth. First pitch on its way from Sperling. Swung on, fouled off at the plate, and it's 0-1. Now, in yesterday's game, Valley Forge able to put together 2 4-run innings in the 6th and 7th. So they are certainly capable of putting together a big crooked number. They need it. They need at least 5. Here comes the 0-1. In the dirt. No chance for Moore to knock that down. 1 ball and 1 strike to Biderman. Well, the trick is in this situation for Valley Forge to be as tough and out as possible. So here comes the 1-1. High for a ball. Again, with Sperling trying to go the distance, he's going to have some fatigue to him. Make him throw pitches. The 2-1. Swung on, bounced foul, third base side. And it's 2-2. Again, don't give him anything easy. Now, if you're Sperling on the other side of the coin, you're up 5-0. Throw strikes. Worst thing that right now in this case Biderman can do is make it 5-1. So what? You just don't want to give him gifts of base runners. You have 7 guys behind you as here comes the 2-2. Swung on, pop foul as he reached down for that breaking ball and just got a piece of it to stay alive. Back on the slab is Sperling. Ready to go with another 2-2 pitch. Popped up once again, first base side out of play. This is a nice job by Biderman to stay alive. Do your best to frustrate all those in green. Sperling kind of blowing out the air, going, oof, what do I got to do to get him? Here comes another 2-2 pitch. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Scott Seipel waits on deck. It doesn't look like Sperling liked the 1 ball he was given, so he gets a new one, rubs it up, and steps back. Likes the quick sign. The payoff pitch to Biderman. Swung on. Roller towards third, but nope, it's a foul ball. It hit him in the foot. It's a good job by both the home plate and third base umpires to make sure that it was well known. Now, it was, again, easy to hear from where I'm sitting. Didn't hit dirt, it hit foot. Bideman, to his credit, as quickly as possible, steps his way back in. As he's due another payoff pitch. Deep breath by Sperling. And he deals. Reaching out and poking it towards center. Zinsmeister charges in, makes the catch. It's 2 away. That's a nice job by Bideman to get a piece of it, but it looked like Zinsmeister was playing shallow as it was, so he didn't have an incredibly long run to go. So right now the Aces down to their last out. The Tigers 1 out away from the title. Bottom of the order, the DH, Scott Seipel, tries to keep it alive. Seipel is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the second, looking in the fifth. He hits from the left side against the righty. In Matt Sperling. First pitch on its way. In there for a strike. It's 0-1. And smart to look at pitches. At least the first one. As here comes the 0-1. Fastball. That misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was inside, and Seipel had to spin away. Sperling with the 1-1 pitch. Just low, perhaps outside as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Sperling has been forced into some deep counts. As here's the 2-1. Swung on, off the end of the bat, foul, first base side, 2-2. And the Tigers are 1 strike away. They're going to use the same ball, which is not as rare in the Perky League. In the majors, they would throw that one away. But if you're a pitcher, actually, I'm surprised more pitchers don't like a scuffed up ball. It might move a little more for you. As he looks in, rocks back. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. And the Lansdale Tigers are Perky League champions. A complete game for Matt Sperling. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 11 in the contest. As the Lansdale Tigers use a big second inning to take themselves to the championship. They win it 5-0. A valiant effort and season from the Valley Forge Aces. 2 5-game series in the quarters and semis, coming back from a 2-0 series deficit in the semifinal. But the 2-0 series deficit here in the championship against the Lansdale Tigers, too much to overcome as they ran into a buzzsaw named Matt Sperling. Final totals in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Again, our final score, the Lansdale Tigers 5, the Valley Forge Aces 0, as the Lansdale Tigers win the Perky League Championship 3-0. We will keep it here and let you enjoy the celebration. They're about to hand out the trophy. And meanwhile, we'll recap as much as possible as well. As we went scoreless in the first inning, Lansdale with 4 runs on 4 hits in the bottom of the second inning. As you can see, the handshake line at the end of this one. And a great series for the Lansdale Tigers. Great series for both teams. In that second inning, it was an RBI double for Rob Zinsmeister, 2-run single by Chad Evans, and he would come in to score on a throwing error. And then they'd add a fifth run in the 5th, as it was an RBI groundout for Trey Porter. Final totals for Lansdale, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 8 on base. Valley Forge, no runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. They left 6 on base. Time of the game, 1 hour, 58 minutes. And again, Lansdale Tigers, champions of the Perky League. So they will gather in front of the pitcher's mound and await the trophy. And I don't think they have a PA system set up here, so there won't be much in the way of a ceremony. I think there's just Jeff Murtha out there celebrating this one with his team. What an effort from Matt Sperling, who picks up the win. Goes all 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, and 11 strikeouts. Suffering the loss, Frank Fumicaldo He goes 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout. Bear Bowers certainly must be noted, as he did his best to keep Lansdale in this game. He pitched the last 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run. He walked 1 and struck out 3. But again, the 5-0 lead was just too much to overcome for the Valley Forge Aces, as again the Lansdale Tigers pick up the championship, again by the final score of 5-0. So a celebration in front of the pitcher's mound, as they will all gather their stuff inside the dugout and celebrate a well-earned championship. What a year for the Lansdale Tigers. They finished second in the regular season, but they sweep their way to the championship, winning all 3 series, 3-0. We'll take a quick break and come back and put a bow on it in just a couple minutes. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back, everybody, once again live from Hostelli Stadium as we continue the post-game show. The Lansdale Tigers, our Perky League champions, will do our best to eavesdrop on the ceremony downstairs. They just announced the MVP of the championship series. It's Chad Evans, as he hit 400 over the 3 games. That might even be the playoff MVP. Either way, he was a monster. In today's game, he was 1 for 3 with a couple of RBI, 2 stolen bases, and a run scored. In game 1 of the series, he was 2 for 3 with a home run. And in game 2 of the series, he had 2 hits, 1 RBI, and 3 runs scored, including a double and another 2 RBI, 2 stolen bases. As they hand out the second place trophy to Dave Clay of the Valley Forge Aces. It was tough to muster a smile, but he does. And again, a wonderful season for the Aces. Again, after 2 games of the semifinals, they could have, fallen apart, but they came back to clinch their spot in this series. But again, they ran into a very, very good Lansdale Tigers team as they accept the trophy now. This is Jeff Murtha taking it from, as it's being presented by Pep DiRosita, the manager of the Norgwin Packers, as they bring the trophy over and they will celebrate. So congratulations once again to the Lansdale Tigers. They'll take pictures at home plate, it looks like, so this will be our opportunity to say goodbye. We'll let you watch along for the rest of the celebration as they take some pictures as well. But again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. This is my 3rd season calling both Norgwin Packers baseball and the Perky League Championship Series. It doesn't disappoint. This is one of the best amateur leagues, not only in the area, but in the entire country. And looking forward to coming back for year number 4 next year. Once again, our final score. here in game number 3. The Lansdale Tigers 5, the Valley Forge Aces nothing, as the Tigers are Perky League champions, winning the series 3-0. Again, thank you so much for joining us. For all of us here at Hostelli Stadium in North Wales, Pennsylvania, this is Tom Wilms, and we'll see you real soon.